This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, Maine State Police ordered those living on Drake Road in Bradford to shelter in place earlier today as a standoff unfolded.
State Police later arrested Bradford resident Timothy Philpott after hours of negotiations. Our Doug Banks has the details.
It was a pretty tense situation involving someone who was suicidal, had threatened someone else, and was armed with a handgun.
At approximately 6:50 Monday morning, Maine State Police received a call from a woman reporting her husband, Timothy Philpott, was suicidal and had access to firearms at their home on Drake Road in Bradford.
As we were responding to the residents to try to assist them, we received information that he had threatened her and threatened to kill her.
According to Lieutenant Johnston, law enforcement arrived at the Drake Road residence to find Philpott outside and armed. After Philpott refused to comply with commands to surrender, police ordered local residents to shelter in place and deployed a drone to get a better view of the suspect and the residents.
He attempted to shoot that drone. He fired around at that drone to try to disable it.
According to the Department of Public Safety, Philpott's wife was able to leave the house safely and unharmed.
The wife is uninjured, probably shaken up understandably, but she is not hurt.
After several hours of negotiations, Philpott was taken into custody. Maine State Police say Philpott was transported from his Drake Road home to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center before being sent to the Penobscot County Jail.
It's a testament to our troopers and their ability to talk to him, negotiate with him, maintain their composure, and try to resolve this situation without it leading to deadly force.
Philpott has been charged with domestic violence, criminal threatening, refusing to submit to arrest or detention, reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon, and felony criminal mischief.
We're very fortunate and we're glad that it ended the way they did.
In Bradford, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A motorist in Milo is facing drug charges. Milo's police chief responded to Elm Street and found 61-year-old Emilio Fontañez of Yonkers, New York, asleep with his vehicle in gear and his foot on the brake. The chief says he put the vehicle in park and turned it off before waking Fontañez up. He allegedly saw several small pieces of tinfoil commonly used for drugs in the front area of the vehicle. The chief also says he found more than $4,900 in cash and 32 wax paper envelopes packaged for distribution and sale. Each envelope contained what's believed to be more than 3 grams of heroin. Fontañez is charged with criminal OUI and illegal drug trafficking.
A woman from Frenchville has filed a civil suit against Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center for medical malpractice due to injuries she sustained during a procedure back in 2019. A jury heard opening arguments this morning at the Penobscot Judicial Center. Our Grace Blanchard has more.
A jury trial has commenced for the case of 67-year-old Louise Brown of Frenchville versus Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. According to her attorneys, on February 13, 2019, Brown went into the hospital for an endoscopic procedure for abdominal pain. They say while she was under anesthesia, her arm was, quote, crushed by the table the exam took place on.
The hospital accepts responsibility for Ms. Brown's injury. We know that there was an injury. The question is, what's the extent of the injury and what's fair and reasonable?
Her attorneys argued in court that she now suffers from chronic regional pain syndrome, a, quote, debilitating and permanent chronic pain condition. They are asking for financial compensation that reflects a life care plan of around $1.4 million.
The defendants acknowledged that she was injured, and the dispute is largely over the value of the case.
The suit also involves the nurse anesthetist who provided anesthesia during the procedure. She said in court that Brown was repositioned to make her more comfortable, and due to the structure of the room, she was not able to see her arm become pinned.
Would I have imagined, or any of us imagined, that it would have gotten pinched between the table and the base?
Her attorney argues she was not technically an employee of EMMC at the time.
She was what's called a traveler or a locum tenens provider, meaning she was brought up here because they had a shortage.
Brown's attorneys argued it was the nurses and EMMC's negligence that has left her arm permanently injured.
It's an unfortunate incident. We're sorry that it occurred. The hospital accepts responsibility, and the jury will tell us what's fair.
The jury is expected to hear closing arguments on Friday. In Bangor, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
An emergency bill signed by Governor Mills last week will fund 2 new public defender offices that will serve 3 Maine counties. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke to the head of Maine's Public Defense Services to learn more.
They approved it as an emergency legislation, so we do not have to wait for 90 days after the legislative session ends for these positions to become available to us.
Jim Billings is the executive director of the newly renamed Maine Commission on Public Defense Services. He says LD 653, which was signed into law on Thursday, will help expedite much-needed support for Maine's public defense crisis.
It should allow us to ramp up sooner those 2 public defender offices.
Public defender offices will be established, one in Bangor that will cover the Penobscot and Piscataquis counties, and one in Caribou to cover Aroostook County. Billings says 22 new positions will be funded to be spread out between the offices.
I think there's 11 positions in Bangor intended to cover Penobscot and Piscataquis, and I think there's 8 positions in Aroostook.
According to Billings, as of Friday, there were around 750 cases in Maine where the defendant didn't have representation, with a large percentage being located in Aroostook and Penobscot counties. He adds, in Kennebec County, where the first public defender's office was opened in late 2023, they're already seeing a huge improvement in cases.
If there are any out of Kennebec County, it's a marginal amount, and that's public defender office has made a huge difference in the availability of counsel for new cases coming in. Whereas in other counties, specifically in Aroostook and in Penobscot, where we're intending to put the 2 newer offices, we see a lot of cases without counsel.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, public employees and teachers in the state will soon have access to long-term disability insurance provided at no cost to them. LD 1152, which is known as an act to require public employers to provide long-term disability insurance coverage, passed a vote in the Senate last week and was passed by the House today. If signed or allowed to go into law by Governor Mills, it would require public employers and school districts to provide long-term disability insurance to state employees and teachers that would be fully paid for by the state beginning on July 1st, 2025.
Another long-term care facility in Maine has announced plans to close its doors. Family members of residents who stay at Heritage Rehabilitation and Living Center in Winthrop say they were informed that the 52-bed facility is set to close within 60 days. The cause of the closure is linked to something healthcare advocates have long advocated for: more funding and increased reimbursement rates from MaineCare. They say if more is not done, nursing homes will continue to close.
We are asking for $31 million of general funds to be appropriated to help solve this crisis. There's a 2-for-1 match with matching federal dollars, so that would get us very close to the $96 million to help plug that shortfall. And then, of course, we need a long-term solution for a long-term problem, right? In the long-term care setting, so it's going to take investment. We're calling upon the legislature to make a significant investment to save these nursing homes and to make sure that this level of care is continued to be provided for Maine's oldest and most vulnerable adults.
We reached out to North Country Associates, which owns Heritage Rehab. They said in a statement, quote, "The Department of Health and Human Services has approved the closure of the facility and is working with Heritage leadership on relocation plans for all 44 residents. Heritage employees, Department of Health and Human Services, and the Long-Term Care Ombudsman will be assisting residents and family members to choose new housing and care options." This is the 4th facility to announce its closure in Maine since January and will become the 25th facility to close since 2014. So definitely an ongoing issue there, and
well, it's frightening because we hear all the time about how Maine's population is one of the oldest in the country, or the oldest in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, well, we have that metric, and then we have this other issue here of the facilities that are often charged with caring for these folks as they get older and older. Well, now those facilities are dwindling. So how do you reconcile that?
Yeah.
You really don't.
Right. You hope they get the funding they need, and you also hope that the residents who were there get the help that they need immediately.
Well, and not only in finding another facility, but also, you know, how much further away are they going to be from what family and friends they have in the state of Maine? So now are you increasing issues of isolation and depression because you're no longer close to the people who would visit you?
Right.
Yeah, just a scary situation all around.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here and we'll peek outside for a first check of our forecast.
All right, Beth and Peter, thank you. Happy Monday. Check out these high temperatures today. We didn't hit 40 in Bangor or Bar Harbor or Millinocket. That's not normal, the average high being 42. We will get there tomorrow, though. It got a little breezy, too, out of the west, northwest, around 10 to 15 miles per hour. We're going to keep that breeze with us through tonight, through tomorrow, really into Wednesday afternoon, thus a small craft advisory out there as well. Okay, lots of clouds across the area for us again today. We're going to break in the action for a few hours tonight, followed by our next weather system over here to the west. That, when it gets here tomorrow evening, is going to park itself over us for several days. We have a wet week ahead with several chances for rain Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Our forecast, though, tonight looking at mostly cloudy skies, low temperatures in the 20s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth and Peter.
All righty, Jeff, thank you.
Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, the Bangor Area Homeless Shelter is in dire need of donations. We'll have more.
And landlords are speaking out, saying they need to raise rent when properties are poorly maintained or damaged by tenants. Those stories and more when we come right back.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. Just like family, we offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. The Bangor Area Homeless Shelter is in need of donations for both housing and food pantry services. On April 6th, the shelter will be hosting the Hike for the Homeless in hopes of reaching their $30,000 donation goal. Executive Director of the Bangor Area Homeless Shelter, Boyd Kronholm says the little over 2-mile walk helps fund the shelter and also spreads awareness for the unhoused population.
And people who are experiencing homelessness really are our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, mothers, fathers, friends, next door neighbors, people we went to school with. And there are a vast amount of reasons why they're in this situation.
There's also in dire need of donations for their food pantry. In recent months, the pantry stock has continued to dwindle and is now in a depleted state.
We're incredibly low. We're so low on food pantry items that we're starting to have to limit people to how many times a month that they can come in and get food, and that's not a good feeling.
Donations manager Gretchen Fennelly says the pantry is happy to take any and all non-perishable donations as long as the food is not past its expiration date. To learn more about donating or the Walk for the Homeless, you can follow the link on our website, foxbangor.com.
Affordable housing is a need throughout our state, but landlords are speaking out about what they are calling the need to raise rent when properties are poorly maintained by tenants. Louis Morrison is a Bangor landlord. He and his business partner have more than 300 units, and he says he has high-end spaces as well as low-income housing. He says he was getting complaints at one of his rentals on 4th Street where a tenant's trash and clutter had poured out into the hallway. When he went to do a welfare check, he found this condition, the 2-bedroom unit filled with debris and garbage. Morrison says this situation highlights an ongoing challenge for landlords.
Going to be in here cleaning starting, this week. That'll be, a few $1,000s, redoing the place, all the lost revenue, will be $20,000 in this $800 apartment. That takes an affordable apartment out of the city of Bangor because this will now be a $1,200 apartment, and do the math on how long it takes to recoup that.
Morrison says landlords often get an earful for raising their rents. He said he wants the public to see the reality of what many of them are dealing with on a monthly basis. Certainly some unpleasant images there.
Absolutely.
All right, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Jody Hersey will introduce us to a Rockport woman who is turning used packaging materials into works of art. And in sports, Maine hockey is heading to the NCAA tournament in Springfield. We'll hear their thoughts on the first round coming up.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Days Jewelers in Bangor is hosting a one-of-a-kind experience. It's the Great Estate Buying Event presented by Jules Estate Buyers. Join us Tuesday through Friday, March 26th through the 29th. Like roadshows you've seen on TV, your item is evaluated, an offer is made, and you are paid a fair market price on the spot. Our experts are buying diamonds, jewelry, Rolex and other fine watches, gold and platinum, sterling silver tableware, coins, paintings, autographs, and photos. Bring anything of value. No appointments necessary. Don't miss the Great Estate Buying Event presented by Jules Estate Buyers. This week only. Days Jewelers, Bangor.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodock creates the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system.
With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt, we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
The FlexSteel Spring Semi-Annual Sale is in full bloom with fresh savings on fabric and leather reclining and stationary furniture, tables, beds, desks, dressers, and more. Furniture that comforts, furniture that endures, all with a blue steel spring at its core. FlexSteel, designed for living, built for life. Save big today during FlexSteel Spring Semi-Annual Sale.
Dorsey Furniture, open 7 days a week, Route 1A Holden.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later.
For the first time in over a decade, Maine hockey is NCAA tournament bound. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. On Sunday, the Black Bears learning their first-round matchup for their first NCAA tourney game since 2012. Maine, the number 5 team in the country in the latest pairwise ranking, is staying east and heading to Springfield, Massachusetts for the regional round. In Game 1 of the tournament, Maine will play the ECAC champs from Cornell. That game is on Thursday at 5:30, and if they win, they'll be playing the winner of UMass and Denver on Saturday. On that first-round matchup, Maine says the Big Red are a dangerous opponent.
You know, anyone you play at this time of the year is a fantastic team. Cornell just won the ECAC. They have one of the best coaching staffs. They're one of the best coach teams every year. I played in that league as a player. Cornell was ruling that league when I played 20 years ago, and obviously they're still doing their things.
They've only lost 6 games all year. It doesn't matter who you're playing or what division you're in. Losing 6 games in college hockey is quite the accomplishment. So they play a tough offensive game. It's similar to us. So it's exciting. We're just gonna work, study them a little bit, watch some video, and get ready for them.
As for the specific placement of the Black Bears in one of the Eastern Regionals, Maine fans have to be excited to be down in Springfield. There were a lot of Maine colors all throughout Boston on Friday for the Hockey East tournament, and the team is not only thankful for that, but expecting more of the same this weekend.
I think Coach Carvel at UMass was trying to make sure that they sold that place out before the bracket came out, because they knew Black Bear Nation would be coming down. So hopefully they saved some tickets for us.
Yeah, that was incredible experience down at the Garden. To have all those Maine fans travel down there, it was amazing. And we're fortunate not to be too far from home up here in Orono, so we're looking forward to having a good crowd down there as well.
All right, should be fun. Let's move on to some football now. Owners' meetings going on currently in Orlando. One thing coming out on Monday, league-wide, owners have unanimously voted to ban the controversial hip drop tackle despite the NFLPA's disagreements. And for our New England Patriots, it's still a countdown to draft day where the Pats will maybe make a selection with the 3rd overall pick in the draft. With Mac Jones being traded this offseason, many think the Patriots will select their 2nd first-round quarterback in 4 drafts with number 3 overall. Some think they'll go with Marvin Harrison Jr., the standout wideout from Ohio State. But earlier on Monday, new head coach Gerard Mayo saying if the right offer comes along, the Pats may not even draft at all with number 3.
We sit at a very enviable spot at number 3 where we could take someone at 3, or if someone offers a bag, as we would say, a lot of first-round picks, we definitely have to talk about those things as we continue to put together this team. You said it. There are holes on this team, but I would also say there will be people available going forward to fill those holes.
Looking forward to see what they do. That is all the time we have for sports right now. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, Tyler, thank you. Happy Monday. Friendly reminder, 2 weeks from today is the total solar eclipse. We will have live team coverage for you 2 weeks from today. Okay, so for us going forward, though, we have a wet week ahead with rain in the forecast for us for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday. Most likely all rain with temperatures in the 40s and lots of rain by the end of the week. All right, for today, though, temperature is a bit cool. Again, the average high temperature about 42. We did not do that today in Millinocket or in Bangor or here in Bar Harbor. So overall, it's going to be a cool night tonight, followed by warmer temperatures getting in here for tomorrow. All right, the wind out there today, generally kind of all over the place, but we had gusts near 15. That will stay with us tonight and through the day tomorrow, into tomorrow evening, into Wednesday morning as well, and probably Thursday before it's all said and done. So a breezy stretch of weather is on the way, and that's giving us a small craft advisory through Wednesday afternoon for wave heights out here approaching 8 feet or more through Wednesday. All right, lots of cloud cover out there for right now, but we'll get a break in the clouds for a few hours tonight. But other than that, they're going to fill back in quickly tomorrow. Here comes our next system. It's a doozy, by the way. Lots of energy in here, lots of moisture in here, and it's going to sit over us for several days, later Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday, and bring a lot of rainfall to the area. It's going to be a warmer system, so all rain with this one, but there could be a bit of snow, maybe early on Saturday morning. The cold stuff, though, is kind of pushed off to our north, so this will be the main problem coming our direction for later on tomorrow night and lingering for several days around here. All right, so let's walk you through it. So tonight, no issues at all. Here's tomorrow, about 5 o'clock in the morning. We could see a break in the clouds for several hours. Short-lived, though. They're going to quickly fill back in. By tomorrow evening, here's 4 o'clock or so. We're looking at scattered rain showers across the area. Those rain showers kind of continue tomorrow evening, and then we get more moisture Wednesday morning. Here's Wednesday evening. It's still raining. Look at Thursday morning. It's still raining. Thursday evening, it's still raining. In fact, the rain Thursday into Friday could be locally heavy. Here's Friday, 2 o'clock or so. It's still raining. And then followed by that, looking at some cooler temperatures, maybe a bit of snowfall early parts of Saturday morning. And the rain is going to add up. We're talking probably a 1 to 2 inch rainfall for most locations, but down east areas could easily see 3 or 4 inches by the time we get to past the weekend. Our forecast then for experts are looking at partly cloudy skies, some mostly cloudy skies. Look for low temperatures down near 22 with that northeast breeze around 5. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy with afternoon, probably late afternoon rain showers in there, maybe even after sunset. Look for high temperatures, a bit warmer near 41. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows a wet week ahead. So rain tomorrow evening, rain Wednesday 46, rain Thursday 47, rain Friday 48, a bit of snow early Saturday morning with high temperatures Saturday near 41. Of course, Easter is on Sunday. Back to Peter.
All righty, Jeff, thank you.
And there is still more to come. Stay with us.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
Singing teapots, dancing candlesticks, a princess, and of course, the Beast make up the beloved tale of Beauty and the Beast. This lively one-hour musical springs to life on the Gracie stage Saturday, April 6th. Will Belle break the spell before the last rose petal falls? Find out in the Panto Company's production of Beauty and the Beast at the Gracie Theater Saturday, April 6th, with 2 shows at 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. For tickets, call 941-7888 or go to gracietheater.com.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow.
Nice.
Thanks, bud.
You can get the lowest ever 1.99% financing on most Tundra hybrid and gas models. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, your local, affordable destination. We want to provide you with the best experience we can without costing a small fortune. Our ever-popular 9-hole blacklight mini golf course is a huge attraction. Plus, we have the best arcade video games to choose from, including both modern and retro games. We have weeknight specials consisting of... We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Thank you for helping us have a great start in 2023.
When we started, we wanted to make sure that North Star could help everyone's needs, whether you own a business, you're a homeowner, or a contractor.
Or you have a big project that you need a big dumpster for.
We have what you need: front-load dumpsters, roll-offs, and our transfer station, and so much more.
And the best part is, our prices are unbelievable. If you don't have one of these, you're paying too much.
So who cares if your trash gets picked up? At North Star Waste and Recycling, we care.
Finally tonight, a woman from Rockport is turning used cardboard, packaging, and paper into memorable works of art. Hannah Berta says her papier-mâché creations are both an environmentally friendly and humane version of taxidermy. Our Jody Hersey met up with her to hear more.
Rockport native Hannah Berta loves her surroundings. It's what inspires her art.
I try to promote sustainable practices with my art and really give the animals and plants the attention that I think that they deserve.
From plant chandeliers like this one to moose and even seagulls, Hannah creates them all out of papier-mâché.
What does papier-mâché stand for?
That is chewed paper, actually. So it kind of does turn into a chewed substance when you're working with it.
Hannah says the more layers you add to a piece, the more it will harden.
I use recycled cardboard and packaging tea boxes, things like that.
She refers to her art as a fun and humane version of taxidermy.
I kind of enjoy the play with papier-mâché animals, making them into friendly taxidermy.
She adds UV protectant spray paint to all her pieces to make them shine. A lot of her artwork is on display at different businesses within Knox County, including Curator Consignment on Main Street in Rockland.
It's weird, it's a little obscure. You know, like this seagull has seen some stuff. It's had a rough day. And that feels like all of us sometimes. But Hannah's work brings just joy and delight to everybody that comes in here.
Hannah's one-of-a-kind pieces range anywhere from $200 to $2,000.
We're lucky to have Hannah doing this flavor of weird, cool stuff right here.
In Rockland, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Wow, some great pieces of art.
Yeah.
Love that she is reusing, recycling to make it as well.
I would like a puffin, please.
Yeah, that would be great.
Alrighty, folks. Take care and good night.
Good night, everyone.